Let's read the tableau together with the question, why do I have such a hard time making new friends? Video in.
Well, this is our 9-card tableau, and first we are going to look into the main three positions. We have the Two of Cups as nuance, the Four of Cups at the core position, and the King of Pentacles in the outcome position. Considering that the question is, why do I have such a hard time making new friends, we are going to attune our interpretation to the context of the reading. In this case, it is not a predictive reading, it is more of an analytic one. So I'm going to keep a past, present, future timeline simply because I want to see a foundation for this situation for the querent. Now, the Two of Cups makes a lot of sense as the nuance since the querent is seeking connection. That quest for connection and understanding is what's moving the querent and is the lens through which everything is being perceived here. The Four of Cups at the core is an indicator of stagnation and tiredness in the situation. Currently, at the core of the present, there is a lack of success in it. However, we are moving towards the King of Pentacles as an outcome, which suggests a bit of a more favorable future. Elementally speaking, the spread contains a lot of air and water, right? But there is little fire and earth. So what this is telling me is that with water and air dominating, this is a very emotional situation, not so much a matter of fact one. The querent is likely basing a lot of what happens around the subject on their own perception, but the lack of earth and the fire compared to the rest of the spread suggests that this perception isn't likely based on fact and actions, but on the querent's own thoughts and feelings. If we go to the first row that gives us context into the foundation of the matter, we can see that the Moon and the Six of Cups together suggest an uncertainty on the querent's side of their ability to connect like they used to with other people. Can it even happen? Will they be able to connect with someone as they did in their youth? Maybe they might be wondering about that, or this could even suggest that the querent is hoping to recreate a connection from their past that they feel nostalgic about, but they are in the dark as to how to go about it. Now we consider the Two of Cups is knighting the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, which substantiates this idea, the idea that they are a bit unable to move forward in a connection. And it also reveals that this inability, considering that it knights two air cards, is more mental or lives more in the world of ideas than it is factual. Now we are moving to the central row with the Star, the Four of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. This gives me the sensation that the querent might be barking at the wrong tree when seeking to connect. The Star faces away from the Four of Cups, perhaps indicating that the querent doesn't see those who are interested in connecting with them as people that they are interested in connecting with or in getting to know better, while those that the querent is interested in getting to know better may not be equally invested in the situation. In any case, this seems to point to issues in developing said connections over issues when meeting new people, right? So it might be a matter of simply opening up to folks that they might not feel that they can connect with initially, but that can surprise them. And also it can be a matter of focusing not solely on meeting new people, which seems to be something that can come to the querent in some capacity, but focusing on the next steps after meeting someone, such as how to show further interest and engaging in conversation in a way that maybe breaks the ice and engages other people, those potential friends, right? And now the Eight of Swords is knighting the Two of Cups, and on the other side is knighting the Two of Wands, which indicates that maybe comfort keeps the querent somewhat limited when it comes to developing these friendships, but pushing past it can release the ties of that Eight of Swords. Now, moving on to this last row with the Two of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the King of Pentacles, we have a practical approach to changing the situation in the future. These two cards, the Two of Wands and the Nine of Swords, might suggest that the querent stops making assumptions about how others feel in their presence, and for them to also embrace a bit of discomfort, a bit of, okay, this is where we're at, but it doesn't mean it's where we are always going to be, right? And for them to, as I said, embrace that discomfort, particularly considering this knighting between the Two of Wands and the Moon, so that they can eventually progress into solidifying a connection, as the King of Pentacles indicates. So this is my tableau reading for this question. What would you have interpreted? See you in the next one.